The question is, how did you do it? Well, I got my precious metals out of China in a way that I would not recommend anybody else to try. Now, I had options. Obviously, you have options, but when it comes right down to it, are you going to ship it UPS, DHL, or some other courier company? No, it's not really wise to do that simply because you have to declare what it is. And most of the booty that goes out of China gets inspected by the Postal Service or the Chinese affiliate to the shipping company you're using. That has happened to me once before. If you look back to my previous contest, I had a contest where I gave away silver, and what I had to end up doing is packaging the silver inside of candy or tea or other types of goods that I could label on the package as being tea or candy, etc. And then that's how I got it out. Especially the tea that was wrapped in metal foil or tin foil, because that'll obviously trip off any metal detectors, and tea gets wrapped in that, it's obviously gonna trip that off, and people are not going to pay too much attention to a coin buried in a mound of tea or inside Skittles like some of you received. You can watch that video again and explain how I did that. So not using a shipping company because it's costly and you've got confiscation tariff issues. I can't really keep it in China at a Chinese bank and have a safety deposit box there because, as a foreigner, that's a red flag there. I mean, what if I never make it back to China? Something happens to me, I get hit by a bus, and so on. There's a great chance there that the Bank of China or whoever will then have possession of that safety deposit box, and then you're no better off than when you started. I did the Gonzo method. I loaded up this suitcase, and I had another black one too, and then I had a carry-on bag with my laptop and things like that. And what I did basically was I used shoe boxes, much like this one right here, and I had these tote bags, these black semi-cloth tote bags, and I put the precious metals into plastic that was sealable with the gel silica, of course, for moisture. And I tried to keep the coins in the retail boxes from the bank or the coin dealers or wherever I bought it from, because I want it to look obviously like it is a gift or collectible. I mean, being that I am a coin collector and I have a lot of years experience doing that, and I have membership to coin clubs and certification companies and so on, that's more legitimate than coming across the border with bullion bars, which can be confiscated, and they fall into a different category. Like I've always said in this channel, what you have here are coins, but it is legal tender in China by the yuan marking on the front of the coins, whether it be gold or silver. So because it does say 10 yuan, 50 yuan, 100, 500, and so on, depending on the coins you have, it is legal tender. If you have to declare it as money. Do not declare it as precious metal, because it is technically illegal to take precious metals outside of mainland China, which is why so many people go to Hong Kong when they want to do their metal trades physically, because there is no restriction in Hong Kong of taking jewelry or bullion or coins out of there, as there would be if you're flying out of Beijing, for example. So I stuffed it in there, filled it full, filled part of the other suitcase full, and then I had most of my gold coins in my carry-on bag. I did not want to take a chance of getting that lifted from me or the bag getting lost. So I took the gold with me physically as a carry-on. It went through the scanners, and it didn't trip anything off. I did not claim it. I did not attempt to disguise it in any way. I just got incredibly lucky, and the bags being overweight too also was difficult in a way, because I had to find a way to loosen up my load, so to speak. So what I did was I had to use the restroom at the international airport, and I did a risky move as I loaded a lot of my clothes into the stalls of the restroom. And then I kept the metals in the bag and weighed the bag. I got the bag tag for it, and then I went back into the restroom, into the stalls, and there on top of the toilet on a ledge, I had my clothes and some shoes and things, and I stuffed those back into the bags, which were now overweight. But since they've already been weighed, and then I took them through the security lines and put them through the scanners and checked them in for the luggage compartment. And when I got to Chicago, there were my bags. And I've searched through the bags. Nothing is missing. I did not claim them. I did not pay a tariff on them to the Chinese government, because what would be the use of collecting precious metals and converting your RMB into metals if you have to pay taxes on it? Now, some of you might be arguing, why didn't you use crypto? Well, I'm not a crypto guy. I don't really believe in it as a safe haven for your wealth, because of the fact that we know that it is not secure. These exchanges, these crypto exchanges such as Coinbase, have been going out of business right and left for some time now. And it's only a matter of time before they have issues, they get raided, they go out of business. It's not safe, it's not smart for you to do that. And you can say, well, Clear as Vodka, why didn't you just take a USB stick and put your cryptocurrencies on that? Well, there's the risk of losing that USB stick. There's also, keep your cryptos in your head with your wallet and your password and all that. Well, there's billions of people on Earth, and from having a background in IT, I can tell you that a large percentage of people forget their 8-character password to their computers quite frequently. So how are you going to keep all of that in your head as far as cryptocurrencies are concerned with wallets and passwords and so on? No, it's just not practical. It's just not a means of transport, a means of wealth storage. It is simply a speculation instrument. I really do believe that. I believe that the cryptocurrencies you see out there that are unregulated and have no protections with them in terms of the exchanges you're using, the float is getting bigger. You're paying more fees to actually trade cryptos now. It's coming under the eye of the governments that want to squash it. I do believe that it's a precursor to the central banks using crypto as their own means to reinflate currencies and to get us out of the current paradigm we're in. And what that means is that the rogue cryptocurrencies you have now will be of no use when down the road people accept the central bank's cryptocurrencies as the de facto standard. So you understand what I'm saying? It's like having a BlackBerry phone years ago and saying, well, this is like the cutting edge of a mobile phone technology. I've got a BlackBerry and it does this, it does that, it connects to my email, it syncs. Well, now anybody with a BlackBerry phone, it's just irrelevant. It's old technology. We know where mobile phone technology has gone. The same thing will happen with cryptos. There'll be elements of what is Bitcoin and some of these other cryptos out there, but it will be a different de facto standard, and it will be used by more people than the rogue cryptocurrencies. That's just my opinion on it. I think you do what you want to do. I think it's foolish to trust that you're going to have your cryptos forever and it's going to be completely anonymous, which it's not. So I stack, and I'm fortunate to get out of China with my precious metals, and I think that the risk was well worth taking. It paid off for me. I wouldn't recommend somebody else doing it that way, obviously, but I've always been kind of lucky in that respect. So it is possible to walk out of a foreign country with a suitcase full of gold and silver and not get inspected and not get taken aside or confiscated. And I'm living proof of that.